got that Friday feeling here on the Today in AZ After Show. It's not something you could put your fingers on. It's not tangible. It's a state of mind.
Friday feeling, I think they call it.
Love it.
You were feeling it all day with Mitch Carr dancing out with those kids.
I was feeling Mitch Carr. Period. End of story.
It's because you listened to Pitbull before you came into work this morning.
Every morning. It gets me pumped up.
We're going to show you Mitch Carr cutting a move, cutting a rug, busting a move. You don't
Busting
cut a
a
move,
move.
you bust a move.
Cut a rug.
Bust it if you want to drop the T. Bust a move, cut a rug.
Yeah.
Like that.
He was doing all of the above.
Maryvale hip over here.
Hey, I was in the varsity cheer squad. We had to dance too.
Woo!
Were you really?
Yes. 3 years.
3
years.
I know.
3 years.
So if you ever see the head bob, that's why. Because it was always like
classic. All right, let's go.
You cheer?
Dance team.
Ah, yes. Of course.
4 years.
we didn't get along with the pommies. It was like cheerleaders and pommies were like two different things, and we're like
Quiz Bowl team, 3 years.
Lame, all 3.
I even put it on my class ring.
I bet you did.
oh no.
Embarrassing admissions on a Friday.
Did. What is the logo for that? Is it like a microphone?
It's actually like
scale?
it's like a lantern that's supposed to signify intelligence. Like I think it was Prometheus sharing fire with humanity. I think that's where
Like
it
a Aladdin lamp.
Weeds.
I know. What happened?
But I'd
what
rather
happened?
be in the weeds than talking about this topic.
Oh,
but we
I know.
have to.
This is one that stuck with us
we
all
produced the show
week.
this week. We've literally been talking
We're
about this
very
all week.
traumatized by this story.
So it is our duty to traumatize you. Show of hands, who here has ever had food delivered to their home? I mean, who hasn't? You haven't had a pizza drop by your place?
Okay. That's pizza, right. And I thought about this when we talked about this
Counts.
story. Yeah.
So food delivery has become more and more prominent lately thanks to the way that apps work.
yeah.
Things like DoorDash, for
Grubhub.
example, Grubhub, Uber Eats. A lot of people order food every single day, but it turns out that your delivery driver might be snatching a few of your French fries.
So troubling. So a recent survey found that nearly 30% admitted. That's who admitted. I think it's probably half. Only 30% admitted. 1 in 3 to helping themselves to their customers' food before delivering it, nibbling on your fries in the car. Just picture that. I'm just shook. Like I've been thinking about this story all week long. I'm not even kidding you.
Me too. When I heard about it, I was like, thank gosh I've never ordered food. And one time I tried, and I was having issues with the app, and so I just said, forget it. And I went in the car.
This is a sign.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Did it by myself, and I'm like, thank goodness. And you know the funny thing is when I'm at a restaurant and I see like the people picking it up, the food to deliver, I always wonder, I'm like, dude, do they like try it or do they touch it? Like, what if they could do anything with your food from the restaurant to your house?
Never crossed my mind.
Really?
You're a trusting person.
I am a very trusting person. So the thought never crossed my mind. I see them, I like the bicycle guys, and they put it in the back and look cooler. I'm thinking this is great. Now I'm
watching little biker guys.
I know, like I'm just like some regular New Yorker getting my messenger to bring my sub.
Where's my delivery boy and his moped?
Why is he British now?
Snap, snap, delivery boy. No, that's how I talk in New York, I thought. No, it's not
a little
accent.
different. Get a jersey.
Give me my food, eh?
So because of the story, we want you to share your worst food service story. It doesn't have to be food delivery, although if you have some experience in the field, you might want to shine some light on this topic. Maybe you used to work in a restaurant and you saw some shady things go down.
You always hear the horror stories.
Maybe you're just a customer who got some weird things served to them. Share your worst food service story in the comment section. This show is all about you. We're going to share your stories with everybody else as you type them in. Teresa says, we have tamper-proof tape on our boxes so drivers can't get into the boxes. Teresa, I don't want you to get in trouble for telling us where you work, but can you give us a general idea? Is it
like a restaurant,
a bar, a fast food place?
Or do you work for the delivery service yourself? Like I gotta know.
That's smart. They should issue rolls of tamper-free tape when you sign up to be one of these delivery drivers that you have to put over the goods when you pick them up. It should be mandatory.
So Rachel Milton says, when I worked at McDonald's, I had an OCD customer order all boots on her chicken McNuggets. So just the boot-sized ones.
You know, the ones that look like
a little boot. She ended up coming back up to the counter and throwing the entire tray, open sauces, everything at us because she didn't have the right shapes.
What? How did you even know what a boot-sized chicken McNugget was?
Because the ones that look like Italy.
I can see it, I can picture it, but I didn't know that was a thing. That
it's easier to dip in there, you know?
Yeah, that is the perfect size for dipping.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
I know.
Teresa says she works at Village Inn. So Village Inn offers tamper-proof tape on the boxes. So if you're eating food from there, don't worry about the driver snacking.
Order a pie.
Yeah.
Best pies. Seriously.
You mean pies or pizza pies?
No, like real pies.
Real
like
pies.
lemon meringue,
OG
French
pies.
silk.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Silk guy. Do you have any good food service stories? Did you guys ever work in food service?
I did. I worked at a barbecue food restaurant, but I didn't eat barbecue afterward for like 4 years.
Yeah, it'll traumatize you.
So I could not get the smell out of my body. But no, nothing too gross. I know I used to hear my cousin who worked in a restaurant. I don't know if this is a true story, but he said that
That's an important caveat. I don't know if this is true.
my cousin's a little weird.
Okay.
So he worked at one of these like food chains, whatever, and he claimed that sometimes they would chew the lettuce and spit it out.
Who's they?
The workers.
Why?
Paul.
Why?
Just to be weird, mean teenagers.
It's just so, like, even
You can't think
ordering
about it.
food from a restaurant anyway, right? So it's like you never know. Sometimes you've seen those videos that people do weird stuff, the cooks and the chefs and the servers with your food anyway. And then, so what if you have that happen and then somebody picks up your food and delivers it to you and then they touch your food? It's like not safe.
I will tell you, I always check because like my kids are the annoying people that order like I want the the burger but no lettuce, no tomato, no pickles, no onion.
Extra ketchup, grill one
So
side
they
of the
just
bun.
want like meat and bun. It's so boring. So several times it always comes with cheese on it. So we always have to send it back. And I'm that person who has to send it back and I hate it. Like just eat cheese like everybody else on the planet. But I always check it because I'm like, I hope nobody's gonna like hock a loogie into this burger because we're so annoying. So I'm very paranoid. I always like inspect it.
I got into
prior
a fight
to.
with an ex-girlfriend once over sending food back because I'm not a food sender backer.
Oh, it's horrible.
I've worked in a ton of kitchens.
Yeah.
Like, my work experience from 14 to 20 was basically all kitchens. And I'm not saying that I saw anybody do anything particularly like mean-spirited, like chewing lettuce and putting it back in. But sometimes hygiene around food is not always great. And I know the tempers of some people I've worked with in agitating them by sending food back for a dumb reason, like cheese, is probably not a great idea generally, just because I don't want to risk it. So what happened was I had a burger, we were seated outside, and like a little gnat had somehow flown in and gotten caught in the lettuce, but in such a way that when you looked at the burger, you could see that you were about to eat a fly. And I was like, I'll just take the lettuce off, it's not a big deal. But that ex was like demanding that I send it back and like made a scene with the waiter, like, please take this back, he's too embarrassed to ask. I felt awful about it. And then I didn't end up eating the burger, and it was just a big mess. And
I just
I'm not a sender backer.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, I found like we had a piece of glass or plastic.
Okay,
before.
glass is a different
Yeah. And then I alert them just because
Right.
I'm like, for your safety reason, or I hate when you get like lipstick on a wine glass.
Oh,
and you get
I don't like that, yes.
And I just kind of quietly say, I don't make a scene, but I'm like, just, because
get
the other
another
day my
glass?
husband
Yeah.
got 2 glasses back to back. One had lipstick on it. He sent it back and was like, just so you know, there's lipstick on this glass. And she brought back a new glass that also had lipstick on it.
It was the
because
same
they
glass.
just
It was the
No,
same glass.
it was
them
a
in
totally
there,
different
or
glass.
they use instead. We wash our dishes by hand, so you're using the sponge around the rim.
And I always
Yes.
try to check because I do hate that. I know, but those situations, I feel like it's better just to quietly tell them, just so you know.
I was like, can I have another glass, please?
All right, I've got 2 embarrassing food
me.
service stories to pass along.
Tell
but
me.
We have to do the
Yeah.
ICYMI first.
Oh my gosh,
We
yes.
call this a tease in the news business.
Ooh, tickle me.
It's coming up on the show. This is coming up now. Mitch Carr at a dance studio this morning, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Full speed's always tougher.
Oh jeez.
Happy feet. Sway the hill.
Yeah.
Swat the flies. Get them out of your way. And you ride the pony. Oh, he's got it.
I like the head.
I'm impressed.
He has that hip action down and the head
hip
snap.
and the head
head
snap
Yeah.
were what killed me. A lot of the rest of it were just arms and everything
arms.
everywhere. But the head snap and the hips, he's done that before.
Yeah,
This
you know
is
he
not a
practices
first
at
time.
home.
Totally.
you know?
His wife is like a sassy Latina.
Yeah, she
You know
is.
that they are doing some dance salsa in the house.
I wasn't going to throw you under the bus, Mitch, and then say that you've been practicing your dance moves, but they're calling you out on it. So.
Totally.
He was a little nervous. I think we put a lot of pressure on him this morning to like show out.
We
for
terrified
us.
him.
Yeah.
But it ended up being great. I
plus,
mean,
man.
everybody loved it. The women were screaming. You know, the ladies at home were like, yeah.
Loved it. That woke me up.
Prasa dance team too. They're taking on world competition this weekend. So like
Yes.
this is a big deal for them. If you want that story, it's on our website, 12news.com.
I love
Let's get
a
back
dance
to a
off.
couple more weird food service stories real quick. So Diana says, I used to work in a Mexican restaurant night shift. And one guy every night would come in and fall asleep in his plate.
What?
Oh.
Like a baby that's eating spaghetti and it's nap time. I'm out. Mark says he ordered a Big Mac in St. Louis and then got a Big Mac with no meat on it. That's the best part.
That's very disappointing.
Wait, I just have to say that Mitch chimed in on our Facebook. He said the hips don't lie.
The hips don't lie. The hips don't lie, baby. We know he was practicing.
He was watching just to see what.
This is not his first rodeo.
Okay, out of 5 stars, what do you give Mitch?
I give him a 4.
I give him 4, yeah. He did a great job. And and because he just went with it, that's what I love. Like, instead of being awkward and being like, no, guys, I can't do this. Like, he just
went all
with
in.
It. Yeah.
And I feel like he served it. I liked it.
Yeah.
I like the spirit. Effort is a big part of the competition voting. Yeah.
Even if you don't do it right.
Yeah.
As long as you put the feeling in it.
That's right.
Yeah. You're good.
Just don't be reserved. Just let it out.
They say showing up is really like 60% of the battle.
I tell myself that every day when the alarm goes off. I just got to show up 60%.
Brian showed up at a Denny's about a month ago and found a huge chunk of cardboard in his Philly cheesesteak. He says they offered him something else, but he lost his appetite after that. Nobody wants to eat cardboard unless you're
so hard, when you're
eating
on a really, really tough fiber diet.
Right. Thank you. Stole the joke from me. Okay, I promised 2 food service stories. I got to share. One is embarrassing. The other is embarrassing, but for a different reason. So I used to be a delivery driver for Papa John's. We were close to a college campus. I've told some stories from that place before. Yeah. One day was a really gusty wind day. Like it was, I don't know, 35, 40 mile an hour gusts. So I'm waiting outside somebody's place. They had like 4 boxes, and I'm standing there outside the door, ringing the doorbell. And as they opened the door, somehow Krista would be able to explain this phenomenon better than I would, but it created like a vacuum where like a wind gust.
It's like a backdraft.
And like the air pressure was different in the building, and it just whoosh, and it just blew the boxes. So as he opened the door, all 4 boxes just went flying out of my hand and just splattered all over his house. Like it was like a scene from a movie with like a medium pizza dripping down the siding. And I was just standing there like, like sorry? Like what do I do?
That'll be $49.99.
Your pizza's here, but I wouldn't eat it. I'm gonna go give you other pizza. It was just super embarrassing. The other embarrassing thing I did, I worked as a dishwasher in a fish restaurant in my hometown when I was a kid. I was probably 16, 17 at the time. We had a lot of wealthy patrons that would come in and sit at the bar and order dessert or something. And a lot of times they wouldn't finish what they ordered. We had some really good pies at this place. I think you see where this is going. So one time when I went out to get a bus tub, I'm not proud of this. One time when I went to retrieve a bus tub to take back, at the very top of the tub was a slice of pie, and it only had 1 bite taken out of it. And I ate
it.
You did?
I quarantined the spot his fork touched. I cut that away, and then I had like 2/3 of a slice of pie.
But how do you know they didn't cough on it?
I know. Or like maybe they only had a bite because something was really wrong.
Maybe a cockroach
sneezed on it.
I don't know. I'm still here though. Vital signs are okay.
They have a very strong immune system. So. There's always that.
So being that you delivered pizza and all that good stuff, not once have you touched anybody's food? Like, did that happen?
No, I never did anything malicious to somebody. I would never want to abuse someone's trust like that. Like they're trusting you not to mess with their stuff.
And I didn't even think about it. With the food services, okay, people are doing that, but with the pizza, people have been doing this for years, right?
So, but that's harder to nibble out of, where I think now it's like chicken, you can take a fry, you can take, there's more sushi. Just take one little...
Don't do it. All right, guys, we got to get going here.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. Thanks for joining the comments.
Have a fabulous weekend. Make it out to a